SportsJerkz.com. The latest sports headlines, scores, and best trash talk around. Listen to the Sports Jerkz podcast every Wednesday or forget about it. SportsJerkz.com, because we tell it how it is.
Hey, welcome to GameDay Grub, brought to you by SportsJerkz.com. I'm Taryn, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make teriyaki glazed cod served over Jasmine Rice. My sleeves are already rolled up, so let's get started. So the first thing we need to make is our teriyaki marinade. So what you want to do is you want to get about 3/4 of a cup of teriyaki sauce. Now you can make teriyaki sauce from scratch. I cheated, I bought mine from the store. Either way works fine. We're going to combine that in a large bowl with about a 1/2 cup of orange juice. And you want to make sure you have no pulp in that. So we're going to put that in right there. You also need a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. We're going to put that in. Get that out of here. And 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. You're going to make sure you get all those ingredients in your large bowl, and you're going to whisk those until they are evenly blended. You want to get that ginger nice and blend it through all the soy sauce. And when it's blended, it'll look something like that. We have our cod already in a bowl, and you want to use between 3 to 4 fillets. My fillets are a little smaller. They're, I think, cut in half, so I'm using 5. But your marinade should fit about 4 cod fillets that are full length. So what we want to do is grab our plastic Ziploc bag, which I don't know where mine went. I'm going to grab another. Hold with me. These are really great for marinating. I use them all the time. They hold flavor in really well. They're really easy to throw in the fridge. So we're just gonna open that up. We're gonna gently place our fillets in here. We wanna make sure we get all our fillets in our Ziploc bag. Just like that. Last one. You'll see these are pretty small. We're going to take our marinade and we're going to go ahead and put that in there like so. Just gently pour that in, and you want to make sure you get all the garlic on the bottom in there. Okay. And you're just going to zip that back. And you want to make sure you get these all nice and coated real evenly. I'm going to turn that over, but be careful because fish is very fragile. You don't want your fillets to rip or anything like that. I'm just going to push some of the air out of here so we can get a nice little Ziploc suction going. And you'll see how that gets a lot tighter. So we're just going to place these in a single line. And I'm going to throw these in the fridge. Well, I'm not going to throw them, I'm going to place them very gently. So we're going to put them in the fridge. This needs to marinate for 1 hour. So we're going to check on those in an hour, and then we're going to lift them from the marinade after that, and then we'll get ready to bake them. Our fish has about 15 minutes left to go in the fridge, so in the meantime we're going to get started on a couple other things, get them out of the way. First thing we want to do is go ahead and grease our pan. I'm just going to use Pam, but you can use butter or whatever else you use to grease your pan at home, that's fine. You want to get a pan that's large enough to accommodate all your fish fillets. You don't want them overlapping or anything, and you want to go ahead and grease that really, really well. We're doing a teriyaki marinade, so you just want to make sure it's real nice and real nice and greased. That way that fish comes right out of there. The teriyaki will get really sticky. So once you have your pan all nice and greased, you're going to go ahead and turn your broiler on in your oven. Let that warm up. Now we're going to get started on our rice. I'm using a Jasmine Rice, just a regular boiled in the bag. Takes about 10 minutes once you put it in the boiling water. As you can see behind me, I have a medium pot on the stove heating up right now. That is not ready to boil yet, but when it is, we're gonna put this in there, let it boil for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna take it out and drain it. And this is what you end up with. We're gonna go ahead and I'm combining with the rice a tablespoon of soy sauce and a teaspoon of Asian allspice. I'm gonna put that in there. And I'm gonna use a fork and just fluff that and mix it all together. Alright, so our rice is all mixed together, has a real nice golden texture, or golden color, a nice fluffy texture. That's pretty much what we want it to look like. We're going to put the lid on it and let it sit, and then we're going to grab our cod out of the fridge. So what we want to do is drain all this excess marinade out of the bag. So I'm going to take it over to the sink. Just like that, I'm kind of holding the fillets at the top so they don't fall out. And go ahead and we're just going to top them with a little more teriyaki sauce. A little salt and pepper to taste. And you want to put them about 8 to 10 inches away from the top of the broiler. You don't want them right under there. Give them some space so they don't burn. And we're going to leave them in for a couple minutes. Keep watching them because if you're familiar with the broiler, it can go bad pretty quickly. And we're going to actually turn them once throughout the cooking and then put them back in and let them bake on the other side. So we're going to go ahead and put them right in here. And that's about 8 inches away from the top of the burner. So I'm going to turn the light on and smooth that out of the way. Alright, so our cod's done. We're going to go ahead and grab it out of here before it burns. A lot of sizzle going on. And that's pretty much what you want it to look like right there. So we're going to get ready to plate our fish. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the rice. While that cools down, we need to let that sit for a minute or two anyway. We're going to grab our rice, we're going to get a nice cup so we can get a nice little rice pile going. Go ahead and place that right there like that. We're going to take our fish fillets and we're just going to place them right on top of the rice. This is your teriyaki glazed cod served over Jasmine Rice. This is a great option for a small weeknight game if you're just catching the game at home. Make something real quick for yourself. It's a lighter option, very healthy. So go ahead and make this. Check out the website, www.sportsjerkz.com. The recipe will be on there and you guys can check out the video again if you need to. Thanks so much for tuning in.